So we're going to talk about the Nintendo Switch 2 on the Nintendo Direct today. And I got to say, we all knew it was coming and it's here. So it's going to be what, June, July or something like that. It looks good. It looks big improvements. It's got that new Integra T239 chip as opposed to last generation's X1. The X1 is also, ooh, there's someone here. As I was saying, the Tegra X1 chip was introduced. It wasn't introduced, but it was in the first Switch. And also, it's inside the NVIDIA Shield Pro, which I have right behind in my panel there. And, you know, it's pretty powerful for what it is. Mostly a mobile chip, but this is going to be pretty interesting because if you saw some of the trailers, even in Mario Kart World, there was some signs of ray tracing, which is pretty interesting. So that's a double kill. That's a triple kill, boys. That's a triple kill. So that we're dominating, boys. When it comes to Dota 2, you're not going to learn anything from me. That's a fact.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so let's be clear now. Yeah, so the Nintendo Switch 2, I was surprised that that new game from Software, Blood Dusks, something like that, is actually Nintendo is using their might to convince From Software to release that game only exclusively on the Switch 2. It's crazy. I thought we were moving past the days of exclusive titles for certain platforms. As far as like the Switch 2 is concerned, yeah, it's crazy. So they strong-armed From Software to do, like I said before, I think Dusk Bloods, which is going to be an exclusive only title for the Switch 2. Also, I'm more interested in the technology aspect of it. The new NVIDIA Tegra T239 chip, which is actually 8-core APU. It's a system on a chip. It's a lot more powerful. Some even say 3 to 4 times as powerful because of the fact that it's going to be able to produce DLSS 1 through 3, not DLSS 4. It's not strong enough for that. It's a new era for Nintendo. I think that the chat feature is going to be abused. And this is something that Nintendo stayed away from for decades and decades. They never got into multiplayer. They never got into voice. But now that we live in a streaming and content creation world and people want to share their moments with friends and family, I wonder how they're going to manage all the bullying from not only trolls but also kids, you know, now that they're going to have this feature. Now, they didn't say how much the online is going to cost. It's not free, guys. It's not this is not the days of the early PS3 and late PS2 days. There's going to be a price. There's going to be a fee, a monthly fee, to access all those online features. I saw that camera. That's kind of cool. It's probably like a 720p camera. I'd be shocked if it's a 1080p camera. Nintendo is actually also trying to cash in on the member berries of people wanting old Nintendo games. And so what they did is they're slick. They released an N64, a modern day 2025 N64 remake of the controller with the chat button feature. And because they know that people want to play these older games and there's nothing they can do about it, about others sailing the high seas, running emulators. And so they're just trying to cash in. But $80 for a game is pretty insane to me. But could you imagine like games like first party Nintendo games going forward being $80? And I saw a tweet earlier today that the game isn't even on the little cartridge. It's like a faux plastic thing that you put in. There's probably some sort of signature RFID within the little cartridge that tells the unit, hey, this is a legitimate copy of said game, and thus it downloads the game from the store. That's why they went from 64 to 256 gigs of internal storage with the option for extra storage with the little micro SD slot. I thought the mouse features of the controllers, of both controllers, are kind of unique. I think it's pretty cool, man. Again, I'm kind of taken back by the price of the game cartridges. I think that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money, even by today's standards. And I wonder how much they're going to be charging for these older games that comply and are paired up to be played with the N64 remake controller. That's about it, guys. That's what I think about the Nintendo Direct conference of the Switch 2 final reveal. Another thing too, that technical game that shows you the internals. I thought that was really, really cool. but they're going to charge for that. That should have been like a tech demo, a free disc with the, or free, listen to me, disc, a free kind of like built-in tech demo that you can actually download, and they're charging for that. So if I'm going to buy a Nintendo Switch 2, it's only for first-party titles. Most of the games that we saw today are already old games that, I mean, this is the premier platform PC, okay? And most consoles today, I saw this other argument that most consoles aren't even consoles anymore ever since they switched over to the x86 platform architecture. For example, my beloved Ratchet & Clank. I don't even have to buy a PS5 to play that game. I can play it on Steam. It's kind of safe to say that the only truly exclusive console is whatever Nintendo produces. In this case, it's the Switch 2, because you can't find any of these games anywhere on any platform unless you run emulators and unless you sell the high seas. You know how it is. Everything's available on PC. But yeah, shocked at the price. Kind of surprised about the Nintendo chat feature, the online feature. Not so much the online feature, just the chat, right? And a little surprised at the fact that they were able to strike a deal with From Software to only release Blood Dusks. I hope I'm saying that game right on the Nintendo Switch 2 platform. That's about it. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment, do whatever you have to do, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Ooh.